Hello, faculty of Draper Career Services and Day Program. My colleagues and I have put together this presentation to propose an implementation of a token economy to increase life skills class attendance. Let's get started. First, I want to introduce our team. This is Dawn.
Hi, my name is Dawn Gregson. I'm a BCBA consultant and have been in this field for 4 years. I have mainly worked with adults and have experience teaching them daily living skills. Watching people learn and grow is a very rewarding experience, and I am confident in my ability to teach others these skills. Using evidence-based practices helps to achieve the goals necessary to maintain the basic life skills these individuals require for their achievements.
This is Farah.
Hi, my name is Farah Hassan. I am a BCBA consultant working in the field of applied behavior analysis for the past 5 years. I provide services to post-secondary students in schools and home settings. My treatments include the use of research and evidence-based practices to decrease the challenging behaviors and increase the skill acquisition to bring a meaningful change in the client's life. Thank you.
This is Abby. Seems we're having some technical difficulties. So sorry, guys. Here we go.
Hey guys, my name is Abigail Fairfax. I've been a BCBA consultant providing services to adolescents and adults in group home settings for the past 5 years. I use the evidence-based practices of ABA and the ethical guidelines of the BACB to implement behavior plans that reduce challenging behaviors, increase independence in daily living skills, increase social and communication skills, leisure skills, and job skills to improve the overall quality of life for my clients.
So those are the colleagues who are not able to be here with us today. I am Brooke. I have been in the field of ABA for 3 years with experience in providing consultation on cases with adults in the daily living skills. My ability to assess others, excuse me.
No way.
Sorry. My ability to assess others in their daily behaviors and daily living skills is my passion, and it always sparks my interest. Using evidence-based practices, I think it makes a huge impact on individuals in these communities, and I will continue to use these and apply these to my clients.
Thanks, Brooke. All right. My name is Madison Beatty. I'm a BCBA consultant. As a BCBA consultant, I have experience providing ABA services to numerous day programs and residential programs. We use evidence-based practices to reduce challenging behaviors and increase skills in communication, social, and adaptive functioning domains. Thanks.
Thank you. This is what our agenda is going to look like. We will be going over the introduction, research background, implementation of what it looks like to use a token economy. We will also have videos provided in the modeling slides that will show incorrect as well as correct implementation, how to use a token economy and how it's going to be useful, an overview, and some final tips for you guys. So this is our introduction at the Draper Career Services and Day Program Services. Sorry, excuse me. You guys offer to adults services with intellectual and physical disabilities, as well as autism. There are currently 200 adults in you guys' program, and the goal moving forward is to provide a substantial motivating operation to these individuals in order to increase their attendance in the life skills process in the classes held on Tuesdays.
All right. All right, so all of our implementations and suggestions are research based. So the first quote we have here, sorry, excuse me. The token economy is an evidence-based practice that improves outcomes across populations, settings, and behaviors. So this just further supports that this is an evidence-based practice and it can improve behaviors and desirable outcomes across all ages here at the Adult Day program. The behavior that we want to see increase is attendance in the life skills class at Draper Career Services and Day program. Moving on to the next quote. Token economies have been widely studied across a variety of populations, including adults with various disabilities. This research quote gives us more info and supports the idea that this can help the complete population that you guys serve here with all different adult ages and various disabilities, physical, intellectual, developmental, autism, all across the spectrum. Next, the results of a preference assessment suggest that a preference assessment without access is a valid method for identifying community-based items and activities that will function as reinforcers. We'll go over and kind of model what a preference assessment looks like. But to determine the backup reinforcer, which is the main reinforcer and what will be exchanged for with the tokens, you'll need to complete a preference assessment for each individual to determine what that backup reinforcer should be. This way, each individual will be motivated for something that they've chosen. So this could look like giving each individual a sheet of paper with 5 options and having them rank things on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the most wanted reinforcer and 5 being the least.
So now we are going to move on to the implementation side. These are all points that go into implementing a token economy. The target behavior definition, the method for recording the data or the attendance of the clients, the rules and expectations, the reinforcement that they are offered, the data collection, and to evaluate the data and make changes moving forward. And this will further be elaborated in the following slides.
Okay, so first thing you have to do is define the behavior. So the behavior that y'all have expressed that you want to increase is attendance in the life skills class on Tuesdays. By giving the behavior a definition, we're able to better collect data and actually measure the data to figure out if this is a positive intervention or not. So to define attendance, we have said that attendance is defined by an individual arriving to class within 5 minutes of the class start time, and they must remain the full duration of the class or until the instructor verbally dismisses. Here you'll see a data sheet. This is an example of a token economy that will be signed and dated by the instructor. The instructor will also need to keep track and record of who was in their class and the date and signature. So for each class attended, at the end of the class, the instructor will sign and date 1 box. After 4 boxes have been signed and dated, the individual can show their sheet to the instructor or another group leader and exchange their tokens for a reinforcer or activity that their preference assessment reflects.
So as Maddie just talked about, She went over the method for the recording of the data. So the expectations in order to earn those tokens, the client must be there for 4 consecutive sessions, unless they have an excused absence. That being if they're sick and they have a doctor's note, if there's a death in the immediate family, there's a pre-planned family vacation, and the staff is aware of that vacation with at least 48 hours in advance. The students must stay for the full duration of the class or until a teacher dismisses the class. And then another expectation is that they must gain any staff member's signature and initials immediately after the class. So as soon as class is over, the class is dismissed, a student needs to find one of the staff members, get their signature, and as soon as they get the signature, they also get their token. And then if any member is found to have been dishonest, they will lose that token. And then they'll have to in turn gain an extra token since they missed that one.
Okay, so when talking about reinforcement, the reinforcement that will be provided and to the individuals is specific to each person. This reinforcer was determined by using the preference assessment that you will have given to each individual. So now we'll move on to talking about the schedule of reinforcement. So the tokens will be earned on a fixed ratio of 1 schedule of reinforcement. That means they show up to 1 class, they earn 1 token. Then the backup reinforcer, which was determined by the preference assessment, will be earned on a fixed ratio of 4 schedule of reinforcement. That means they must earn the 4 tokens to earn the backup reinforcer. Okay, so for data collection for us, every Tuesday, the instructor will be responsible for counting the number of attendees present. He will also need to keep his own data of attendees' names and dates. After 10 weeks, we will evaluate the data. So that should give us at least 2 cycles of data of the 4 weeks. And then the 5th week, they get the break. And then another 4 weeks. And the 5th week, they'll get that break. If we don't see an increasing trend or a higher level of attendance and behavior, then we will have to consider other options. Hopefully we don't have to go there, but just in case, this could look like increasing the reinforcer, the value of the reinforcer, or lowering the response effort required to gain the main reinforcer, excuse me. Okay, now we're moving on to some modeling. So in this video, you will see an example of a role play for a life skills class that shows correct implementation as well as correct responding from a member of the class. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. If anyone has any questions.
The first
excuse
Tuesday
me.
of life skills class, token economy implementation. Good morning, welcome to life skills class. Thanks for coming. Okay, everyone's gonna get a token board. Okay? So each time you show up to class, life skills class on time and stay for the full duration of the class until I dismiss class, you will earn 1 token. You must earn the tokens for back-to-back classes. So if you come to 4 classes in a row and earn 4 tokens, you will get to turn this in for a reinforcer of your choice. To determine what you would like to trade in your tokens for, we're going to do this preference assessment.
So
The
sorry.
first Tuesday
So sorry.
of token board, at the end of the class, come see me and I'll give you your token and a signature. Okay. And class is dismissed. Thanks Thanks for staying for the whole class. All right, you already got one token. You got my signature, and it looks like you chose to trade in your tokens for early leave. So once you get 4 tokens, you'll get to leave the next class. So the 5th day, you'll get to leave early. Okay. Here's your token for it. Thank you. Welcome. Okay. Brooke continues to come to class on time for 3 more Tuesdays in a row, resulting in a total of 4 tokens and signatures. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, Brooke, since you earned all 4 tokens for coming to life skills class on back-to-back weeks, you will get to leave early next class. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Have a great one.
You too.
All right. So that video, we saw correct implementation of the token economy, as well as Brooke responding correctly and earning her tokens. Now we will move on to see incorrect implementation. Well, excuse me. The implementation is correct. The responding is incorrect. Sorry, we're having so many technical difficulties today, guys. Thanks for bearing with us. So sorry about this. Almost to the end. Of course this happens. Let's try. Huh.
While this is loading, we can go ahead and maybe give some final tips to
Yeah.
everyone.
Great idea.
I would say that when starting a new implementation or a new protocol, it does take time. So I wouldn't give up. I think one of the slides up, we talked about when to kind of look over the data that has been collected. And that's why we gave, what was it, 10 days or 10 weeks?
Yeah.
Because it takes time in order to be able to see the improvements or if there needs to be a change in an intervention plan.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. Let's see. All right, I am going to open it up in another website. So sorry. The best tip I can give is to make sure you have a reliable data collection system. I think having something that's electronic is always best and usually preferred. Okay. So finally got the video to load. Sorry, friends. I'm gonna share my screen here. All right. Today, Brooke has shown up to 3 classes. She's been on time and stayed for the full duration of each class, resulting in 3 tokens. On the 4th day, Brooke gets to class at 9:07 and the class started at 9 a.m. Brooke is more than 5 minutes late, so she will not earn a token for this class. She will have to restart from the very beginning, and next Tuesday will start over for her to earn 4 tokens. Okay. Thanks everyone for bearing with us during that time of technical difficulties. That was showing you how the respondent incorrectly responded, but the implementation was correct. Just wanted to give an example of something that would constitute removing or not delivering a token. Brooke, any final tips?
I don't think so. I think that we covered pretty much everything. And of course, if y'all have any questions, we are here to answer any of those. And we will leave you with this PowerPoint presentation and you are able to go back and look at this. We hope that you leave with more knowledge on a token economy and what evidence-based learning looks like.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.